Alright, so I'm getting ready to try and clean things up for this GE monitor top control. It's a CR-1050-E-1 type control. I just did a video on disassembling it all. I've got some phosphoric acid based metal blast I was using on my car. I got an ultrasonic cleaner here. I'm going to go ahead and put this base in the ultrasonic cleaner first. See how clean it comes out. And I'm going to put this metal conductor in the acid and see what I can do with it. So this base kind of had a rough texture to it, and the ultrasonic cleaner combined with the degreaser I used that's in there, it's taking it off. Alright, I figured out what's going on with this base. They painted it black. That stuff that's peeling off in the ultrasonic cleaner is the black paint layer. I found white paint underneath them from them painting the unit, so we'll see what it looks like. Looks like it's going to take a little polishing to make it look better when it's done. It's back in here. I've taken 2 layers of paint off, or 2, I think it was 2 separate layers, I'm not sure. But didn't get it all yet. Seems to be coming off though. This is the one piece of the main contact. I don't think it'll hurt the contacts. I haven't actually had the contacts in it yet. We're going to find out. Better not. There's one of the screws. Nice and rusty. You can see it reacts right away with that acid. That. Another screw. Just cleaning that contact so far. It looks like a little. Wouldn't think it would hurt it too easy. The stuff that's got quite a bit of rust on it, I've been taking it out and rinsing it and wire brushing it with a little wire brush. Then putting it back in, sometimes several times on the heavier stuff. Let's get this out and see what it looks like. Not too bad. Clean it up. Doesn't look like it's hurting the contact any. Get a little wire brushing. Back in it goes for what bit. It actually works fairly quick. Takes a little while doing little parts at a time in a small tray, but take this nut out. It's got a few heavier spots on it still, so Wire brush it up and put it back. There's another screw somewhere. Got quite a bit on the head of it still. Most of the rest of the screws looking pretty good. Got a little extra on the head fixed still. Cleaner than the other one already. Not doing too bad considering what they looked like. Got a little glass of water over here to rinse things in. There's a little extra corrosion on the back right here or something. Yeah, a little rust right there. Boy, most of this is almost cleaned up. Just a touch of rust still on that went in. So it's been 6.5 minutes is all so far. I think this piece is pretty good now. Only had that little bit on the back mostly. A tiny bit on the end. Okay. So here it is now. Boy, those contacts are not that wore away on this machine. I get the feeling it didn't really get a chance to run that much before somebody killed it. Pretty corrosion free now. So if I counted right, this GE CR-1050E-1 control, I've been cleaning all the little parts. There are 105 parts or sub-assemblies. I shouldn't say sub-assemblies, but riveted assemblies that don't come apart. I've cleaned almost all of them but a couple now. Maybe 106 if you count the label for the catalog number. I've been trying my hand at some nickel plating of the parts for the control. I won't go into all the details about how to do the electrolysis plating and make the solution and everything, because there's plenty of stuff on that already, but I'm having a hard time telling how good a glare I'm getting. This control knob piece already was nickel plated or something on part of it. You can see the yellow brass there. I'm going to use it for a test to see a little better if I can see how quick it builds up. Check the time here. Alright, I'm going to put it in here. Get our negative hooked up to it. It's starting to bubble. It's doing something. It's been about 30 seconds. I've already done a few other parts, but they're so shiny, and to begin with, from all the cleaning them, I can't really tell how good a layer I'm getting on them. So I thought I could see a little better on this brass what it's doing. Alright, I'll come back and we'll see what it does. So last night I wasn't getting a whole lot of plating going on. I went ahead and let my new solution cook all night, and it got quite a bit darker green. And I had read the other day too that warming it up, one guy said he gets his best results about 125. So I put already warm water in my ultrasonic cleaner, and I have just the heater on in it. And we are definitely plating way faster than I was last night. This piece, they had plenty of brass showing. It's getting nice and shiny silver. Looking pretty good, actually. So there's this piece after deoxidizing it. Electrolysis. Definitely cleaner than it was. Should be ready to plate. Over here you might be able to see there's some of the original plating still on it. I don't know if that was nickel or what it was for sure. Alright, here's this piece after about 30 minutes. I did 10 minutes each direction. And that original plating was coming off here, so I wire brushed it. Put it back in for 10 minutes with the positive plates facing right down in here decent, because it wasn't getting much plating. It doesn't look too bad. It won't be perfect, but it ought to keep things from corroding right up right away. I've rubbed it up some to polish it some with just a clean paper towel. Not coming out too bad. You can see here Well, it's not that shiny. I think that's because I painted it and it etched into it a little bit. I've been polishing it up some while I'm waiting for the electrolysis. It's not getting all of it, but it's... Here's a fairly good comparison. Two screws the same, one on the left's been plated, the one on the right has not. So this larger piece, instead of wanting to plate, more of the old plating seems to be coming off, kind of like that little bit that was left on the other one. I may have to remove most of the plating off of this piece first if I can. So I'm trying to get more of the stuff plated. These electric prongs had some plating at some of the critical points. I'm not sure if that was really nickel or not. This is brass, or high copper content brass. Seems to be brass, it's yellowish there. Looks a little more copper there. Oops. So here's this prong for the electrical. It didn't come out too bad. My main concern is that these things were going to be cleaned up and good to make connection to the base underneath. These tabs that stick through. Been surprised how non-pitted they were once I got all that rust off. One thing I'm not sure about plating is I would love to plate this capillary again. As you can see, I've already started cleaning it up in preparation. But it's not going to fit in there, so I'm going to have to get creative some way. See if I can replate it. It's got to look new like the rest. Well, the other prong for the plug has no kind of tinning on it originally or anything. I don't know if that was just to designate hot and neutral that they're two different colors, but why none where the screw connected like the other one had? Seems weird. I think I'll just go ahead and plate it. Well, that piece came out pretty good. Well, there goes the solar panel kicking on. I recently refaced it, refreshed the paint inside and stuff. This electroplating is directional, so you do have to turn your parts, and sometimes I've manually held them and made sure the stuff was pointed right at the spots that hadn't covered good yet, like on the back inside of these places. Came out pretty good. Oh, after over 2 days of nickel plating, I'm finally down to the last piece. I've been polishing on this between putting parts in and out when there was a gap of extra time. I didn't quite get all of it out of down there, but got most of it. But it isn't going to fit in the glass jar, so let's see what I can do. I'll try and plate it. I had to curve it, which I didn't necessarily want to do. I didn't have a tray very big to try and plate it in, but it's a little hard to see, but I got a pretty darn good even plating job on it. Right there's where the pitting was, where it goes through the deck evidently. Last part to be plated out of 78 parts.